Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're like me, you hate getting picked last for anything. But I imagine getting picked last in an NBA draft isn't quite as disheartening as getting picked last in your high school gym class dodgeball game. Well, if you read the title, this video will go over the top 5 best players to be picked last in the NBA draft. Not last as in the first round, but last in the entire draft. Also, I want to preface the top 5 players by saying that most of the last picks didn't even see the court one single time. From 1950 all the way until 1990, only one player saw minutes in a game. Mainly this was because through the first 40 years of the NBA, there were anywhere from 100 to 220 picks in the draft every single year. They eventually got to what we know today at 60 picks, but I think that adds to the narrative for the career that some of these guys ended up having. But with all that out of the way, let's get into who these players are. Coming in at number 5, we have Sean Higgins. Being a 6'9", 205-pound small forward / power forward, Sean was drafted by the San Antonio Spurs in 1990. He was the 54th pick overall. He played college ball for Michigan and was part of the championship squad in 1989. He even hit a game winner in the Final Four to get to the championship game. After the Spurs, Sean bounced around the league and played for Orlando, Golden State, the Nets, Philadelphia, and Portland, totaling 8 seasons. Sean played 220 games total and averaged 6.3 points, 1.8 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. After the NBA, Sean stuck around the basketball scene and coached for Edmonds Community College in Washington. Next up at the 4th spot, we have Zeljko Rebraca. Zeljko began his basketball career in 1991 with the KK Partizan Basketball Club based in Serbia. Zeljko won 2 Yugo League championships, as well as a few other feats before entering the NBA draft in 1994. The 7-foot, 257-pound center was picked up by the Seattle Supersonics with the final pick. Seattle immediately traded his NBA rights to the Timberwolves, who sent them to Toronto, in turn sent them to the Pistons, where he played 2.5 seasons with the club. He spent half a season with the Hawks, and then ended his NBA stint with the Clippers for 2 seasons. During his career, he played 215 games, averaging 5.9 points, 3.2 rebounds, and almost half an assist per game. After sitting out a few years with injury, the Clippers waived Zeljko. He then decided to head back to Europe and sign with Pamela Valencia, and retired from basketball in 2007. Our 3rd place player is Don Reid. Don Reid is a 6', 8-inch, 250-pound power forward out of Georgetown. Don was drafted by the Detroit Pistons in 1995. Playing for just 3 clubs, the Pistons, Wizards, and Magic, Don played the 2nd most games in the league on our top 5 list today. In his 403 games, he averaged 3.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, and a half an assist per game. Not much is known about his life after the NBA, but 8 seasons and over 400 games in the NBA is nothing to kick aside from the last pick. Rounding the corner for our number 2 spot, we have Robert Sacre. The 7-footer played for the Gonzaga Bulldogs in college. Being a dual citizen for the US and Canada, he has some experience for the Canadian national team as well. While being drafted in 2012 by the Los Angeles Lakers, he found an NBA home with LA, playing all 4 of his NBA seasons with the club. During his 4 seasons, he averaged 4.2 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 0.7 assists per game over a span of 189 games. After this time in the NBA, he played 2 seasons in Japan with the Hitachi Sun Rockers. Our number 1 spot may come as no surprise to some, as Isaiah Thomas has made quite the impact in recent NBA years. The 5'9", 185-pound point guard played college ball for the Washington Huskies. During his time with Washington, he was a 3-time All-Conference selection in the Pac-10. In 2011, he was drafted by the Kings with the 60th pick. Isaiah spent 3 seasons with the Kings before a quick season with the Suns. He was then traded to the Celtics, where he earned his first NBA All-Star appearance in 2016, followed by his second in 2017. For the 2016-2017 season, Isaiah received all NBA honors. During this season, the Celtics were the 1st seed in the Eastern Conference, and if you remember watching, he was the clear leader of this team. It was a little downhill after, as he bounced from the Celtics to the Cavs, and then to the Lakers. Shortly after, he joined the Denver Nuggets, then the Wizards, and finally he was traded to the Clippers, who eventually waived him. During the 2021 season, he signed a 10-day contract and played 3 games for the Pelicans. During his 10 seasons in the NBA, the 60th pick Isaiah averaged 18.1 points, 2.4 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game over a span of 528 games. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but I think there's no reason Isaiah isn't signed by a team right now. We all saw how capable he was of leading a team and even being a spark off a bench. I hope that this changes in the near future, as he definitely has a place in the NBA. That's going to do it for this video though. Thank you to everyone who watched until the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think of the top 5 down in the comments, and if you think I missed anybody. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video. We will be uploading much more of this type of content on this channel, and you won't want to miss it.